Today we're talking about two plugin packs from Motion VFX, mCinematics and mFilmlooks. So we're going to first talk about mCinematics. For those of you who make a lot of short films or films in general, mCinematics is a great plugin pack that, well, it gives you cool animated titles. Not only titles, but also credits. So as you play them back, you can see the types of animations that we get with these titles. We get different colors, different effects. So for example, if we want to go ahead and just play with one of them, we can just drag and drop them right down into our timeline. Watch playback. Look at that. This actually looks more like it's going to be used for a horror film. Let's go ahead and see what kind of parameters we can change. We can obviously change the text. We can change the text size. And we can also mess around with the animation. So you can see, you can change the animation speeds, you can change the animation ins and outs. So very simple. You can obviously change the text font and the text color right here. So yeah, Motion VFX bakes these plugin packs into Final Cut Pro so seamlessly. And these are also transparent. So you can put them over any clip and you can mess with it there as well. You can also highlight it and adjust the position. Ooh, right there looks nice. Boom. You can see that animation, it's so clean. You can obviously mess around with the colors, as I mentioned before, just make sure the specific word is highlighted, and you can change that color immediately. Right there. You can change it to, let's say, blue. Doesn't pop as much, but there you go. All right, so that's mCinematics 1. You can see they even have a few of those cool award-looking logo type things. I don't know what they're really called, since I don't make a ton of short films or get submitted into any filmmaking competitions. But I mean, yeah, this is also there to make your film look more official. You can always use this for Motion VFX. And yeah, it just looks very clean. So here's the version 2. We have actually completely different titles here. They're in different fonts and formats, and they're also some of them in vertical, which looks really nice as well. And yes, they are transparent too, so you can put it over any clip. And this actually makes it look more like a sci-fi. I like that a lot. Now let's dive deep into something that's really, really cool from Motion VFX, and that is mFilmlooks. So mFilmlooks is basically LUTs on steroids for Motion VFX. As you can see here, we have a ton of presets, but what's really cool about this and what's unique about this compared to other plugins is that it doesn't only change the color, but it also adds grain, letterboxing, and you get lens flare effects all baked into one preset. That's something that I haven't seen before from other plugin packs. So let's say we just drag and drop this backstage preset. You can actually hover over and just look at the difference. All right, if I drag and drop it over this clip, look what it does to the actual sky and the sun. All I really want to do, because this is letterboxed, when we scroll down to the bottom here, we can actually change the aspect ratio, and you can see the different types of widescreen formats that we have access to. You can always turn it off as well. And if you just want to do your own aspect ratio, very custom, you can always do that if you'd like. I mean, everything looks good with this, to be honest. And then you can adjust the actual y-axis here, so that way everything fits perfectly. I mean, look at that. And you can see what they did here with a little bit of a flare. So if I turn off the effect, you can definitely see the before and after. I mean, look at that haze. Look how incredible this shot looks. I mean, look what it does to the sky. It's incredible. And you can see everything that's enabled here. You can disable each effect. You can see they added a little bit of a bulge effect. They added a little bit of a blur, a LUT, and the light streak or lens flare, which can also be animated. And you can also convert the footage to Rec 709. You can also adjust the white balance. So if I click on this right here, it will automatically revert back to the original clip. I can select the white, which is back here, and it will adjust the white balance to match that white in the shot. And it will slightly adjust the picture there. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? And if you really like the way this looks, you can save the preset. Just name it the way you want, and there you go. You got your own custom preset within the Motion VFX mFilmlook plugin pack. So if we scroll to this shot right here, I immediately start thinking vintage. So I'm gonna scroll down, and guess what? They have a vintage preset. Drag and drop it, and boom, look at the difference. I don't even wanna change anything, it looks that damn good. I mean, look at the before and after, guys. Look at the before, it just looks so much better. I mean, before the blue was just overwhelming and the picture just looks too flat. There's not much character involved. But with the vintage look, I mean, look at this shot. There's even film grain that I can see that's added in here. And by the way, you can adjust the film grain, exposure, gamma, blacks, anything that you want can be adjusted. You can even adjust the hue, saturation, intensity, everything that you want is adjusted. You can even change the LUT presets. So you can do that by clicking on this one here, click OK, and then you have a brand new LUT baked into the shot. I actually like the way it was before, which is a little bit softer, less harsh on the eyes, and I'm just really stunned at how well this shot came out. You can also adjust the type of lens flare that's being used. So here we have like a blue laser. This is kind of like a anamorphic lens flare. Look at this. And you can animate the lens flare too. You can see how it's moving up and down. I don't think it's really necessary for this shot, but if you do want to change the position of that lens flare, you have the option to do so as well. Just go to flare position, manual, and then you can just adjust it. You can match it with the stage light right up here. And that way it makes a little bit more sense. And then you can adjust the intensity a little bit. Right there is where I would say makes sense. And it just looks so damn good. You just have to adjust the animation a little bit. You got to keyframe the animation of that lens flare. But to be honest, you don't really need it in this shot. It just adds a little bit more character, and you can always remove it just by clicking on the enable check mark right here. And yeah, that's mFilmlook. Really cool. It's not just a LUT pack, it's so much more than that. So that's an overview of mTitle Cinematic 1 and 2 and mFilmlook. If you're interested, check out the link down below. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.